Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Western Racing, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Series 2 of the Spin Master Monster Jam Earth vs. Surf 2-packs. Yeah, I'm not making it up. That is actually what they named this series. Now, here's the funny part, though, is that I would actually argue this is probably one of the better Walmart exclusive All-Star series that Spin Master has done. I really like this series. I think it's cool. A very oddball theme that you wouldn't expect, but it actually turned out really good, and I really like the trucks. They actually are pretty freaking neat. Which is weird because literally like a couple months ago, or like last year when it first came out, I really didn't like the series. I thought it was dumb. But then I started actually collecting the trucks and seeing them in person. I was like, you know what? It's actually pretty cool. I'll admit it, it's neat. So anyway, yeah, that's my little spiel going into the video here. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Name's David. Nice to meet you. And yeah, we're looking at 4 total monster trucks today. Should be fun. You may notice by the sound of my voice that I am sick again. It's not a shocker if you've been following this channel closely, which I doubt any of you are, but if you are, then you know I get sick a lot for some reason. So it's not a big shocker that I got sick again, but just if you were wondering why a couple weeks ago there were no videos coming out, and then that one Monday there were like 4 videos that were uploaded on one day. That was me catching up because I was sick and I couldn't edit or upload anything. But yeah, if you're hearing this now, or if you're watching this video on the day it got uploaded, just know that I record all my videos 1 week prior to their upload date. So I'm recording this the first Sunday of December. December 3rd is when this video is being recorded, and it should get up on YouTube December 11th, I do believe, is when this video will probably pop up on YouTube. But anyway, yeah. So, speaking of December, we don't have as much time to do a full schedule for this month. Normally what I do is I do a 4-week schedule, but I don't have enough room for a 4-week schedule. So instead, what I'm doing this month is we're going to do 3 weeks. And I'm going to change it up. We're going to do stuff that we've never really seen before on the channel. Just some pretty special video stuff that you've never seen before. Just a fun way to end the year off before we call it 2024 and start doing stuff there. But anyway, yeah, fun time here today. We got 4 trucks we're going to look at, and instead of dillying and dallying, as Willy Wonka would say, let's get right into it. So, the first set of 2 we got here is Max D and Zombie. Now, I think this is a pretty good matchup right here, Max D and Zombie, 2 trucks and drivers that I think are phenomenal in the sport. And yeah, we're going to start it off there. So, just giving you an overlook here. This is the All-Star Series for 2022. For those of you who don't know what the All-Star Series is, the All-Star Series is a themed battle series that they do every year, which is Walmart exclusive. Sorry, I'm adjusting my light. In 2019, they kicked it off with Fire and Ice. Now, Fire and Ice actually ended up becoming a real-life event that they held in Las Vegas called the All-Star Challenge. That is why I call this the All-Star Series. It's just known as the Walmart exclusive series. There's no actual name for it. I call it the All-Star Series. Some people call it the Superstar Series. I think the All-Star Series is a better name for it. Anyway, 2020, they did the Zombie vs. Hunter series, which I would actually argue is probably the worst out of the 5 different series they've done. The Zombie vs. Hunter series is definitely the worst out of the 5. Hands down, the worst. Then in 2021, they did Gears and Galaxies, which was space-themed. That one's probably the 2nd worst. I really don't like that one. Then in 2022, they did Earth vs. Surf, which is this one. I would say this one's probably dead center for me. It's just dead center in the list when it comes to, it's not exactly my favorite, but it's not exactly my least favorite. It's a perfect harmony, if you know what I mean. And then if I were to say my second favorite would probably be Fire and Ice, and then my favorite out of all of them was the one that they did this year in 2023, which was called Nitro Neon, and they actually turned those die casts into real life trucks for the Monster Jam Superstar Challenge, which took place in Anaheim, California. Anaheim, California, my all-time favorite Monster Jam venue, Angel Stadium. I'm gonna be honest, I think the Superstar show that they did was probably one of the best Monster Jam shows I've seen in years. That one was really good. It was a really very solid show. Anyway, that's not important for what we're doing today. I'm getting on a tirade. This is the Earth versus Surf series. So basically, to kind of sum it up, we've got Team Earth, which is supposed to be volcano themed, and then we've got Team Surf, which is ocean themed. Kind of think of like, it's basically like Hawaii, the Monster Truck series. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. The packaging, on the other hand, I think does a really good job of explaining it for us. If you look at the card insert down here, it's got a nice like lava texture to it, which looks really cool. The background has this huge wave coming in. You've got a no swimming sign over here on the side of the package. And yeah, it's all around a really neat package design. I really do like the way that they did the packaging for these. So, yeah, let's get right into it, I guess. Let's open her up. Does the back of the package got anything interesting on it? It really doesn't. Okay, so let's open this up. Now, normally I can open these with one hand pretty well because oh, geez. Okay, I guess not. They must have changed the length of the packaging because now normally I can reach my entire hand across this thing, but I guess I can't do that anymore. So we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is just opening it the normal way. Which sucks because I like using my goofy little technique a lot. There we go. All right. So let's pull that out of there. We don't need that plastic piece. That's not important. Max D. Zombie we'll put off to the side and review him after Max D. Here's the card insert. Like I was saying, you can see like that lava texture. Nothing really important on it, so we'll just throw that off to the side. And like I said, taking a look at the card back here, you can really see like the volcano thing that they were going for with the ocean waves. So that's pretty neat that they got all that detail in there. Anyway, keep in mind, this is Series 2 of the 2 packs, not Series 1. And you'll see why that's impertinent later. But anyway, here is Max D for Team Earth. Now, they've started doing this, or they did this for this series specifically, where they did the different elemental tires for the trucks. And I'm not going to lie, I think the elemental tires are cool, but on an all-star series, that's debatable on whether or not they should have done that. But anyway, here's the Max D. We've got a yellow body, a orange roll cage, a black chassis, orange tires, and clear orange tires and clear yellow rims. So all around a pretty neat little Max D. I do think hands down my least favorite thing I really think that all of these trucks should have gotten a different chassis and tires setup. I really think that I wish they would do that with the All-Star Series, where they would try to make the trucks look realistic. And then again, if they wanted to do kind of like a rocky texture or something, do the normal tires, but then have like maybe how they do like the Christmas tires, where they do the normal BKT tires and then sprinkle snow on them. They could have done that with this maybe. Like they could have done normal BKT tires and like done sparks instead of snow. That would have looked really cool. Same thing for this one. They could have done like water droplets or something. Just a little something. Try to make these trucks more realistic, I feel like would be cool. But other than that, I really do think the overall body design of this truck is really, really cool. So looking at the side panel here, it's got the same stuff as usual. Max D, Tom Mintz, and then there's Maximus on the side, except he's got lava in his mouth now rather than fire. And as you can see, the Monster Jam Earth logo right there looks really cool. This whole truck is a glowing yellow color, which I think is great. And you can kind of see ash going up the entire body, which is pretty cool. Looking at this side, it's the exact same but mirrored, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I do find it interesting, though, that some of the spikes, like these 4 right here on each side, are the only ones that have orange on them. The rest of them don't have paint on them. And I think the reason why is that has to do with... Oh, yeah, it does. That's funny. So if you look at the side panel here, if we line it up, you can see that the orange on those spikes lines up with the side panel of the truck. And if you look real closely on the side panel, you can see where there should be orange paint, but there is no paint. That is an L on Spin Master's part. I don't think that I doubt that they intentionally did that. That is 100% an accident on their part. So looking at the top of the truck, we got this really cool like pyroclastic flow here, or lava river, I guess, for the non-nerdy term there. The front end says Max D on it. You got the 2 blacked out headlights, and the back says Monster Jam Earth. You got the 2 taillights. Up top, you got the Max D name, and then it says 12-time Monster Jam World Finals champion on the top as well. So there you go. That is Max D Earth, our first truck for today's video. Here is the turbo. on to the second truck here, which is Zombie. This one is pretty neat. I do like this one a lot. Also, I do find it interesting that starting with the Gears and Galaxy series, one team seems to have a matte paint job, and then the other team seems to have a glittery clear coat paint job. So obviously Team Surf here is going to be your glittery one. As you can see, there's lots of glitter all over the truck. But yeah, so here is Team Surf's Zombie. So we've got almost like a sandy green body with a clear blue roll cage, a translucent turquoise chassis, translucent light blue tires, sparkly light blue, by the way, and then we've got blue rims. These are the water tires, as you can see. They look very cool. Side panel, of course, has the Zombie logo in a nice blue color. I love how sparkly that is. Got some seaweed. Monster Jam Surf logo right there, if you're curious what that looks like. We got the clothing tattered as usual, the hair, the brain with the skull. And then if you look up front, this is my favorite part of the whole truck, and look at the Zombie's eyes. He is blind, which I think is really cool because a lot of deep sea creatures have eyes that look like that because they're so deep in the water, there's no light, so they can't see anything, and therefore they go blind. So that is really cool that they put that detail in there and made Zombie blind. I love that a lot. Got the little ear here, as you can see, and you got the arm. Everybody loves the Zombie arms. Pretty cool stuff just here and there. Got more seaweed on this side, which I think is really interesting. And then if we look at the back end, Zombie, seaweed, monsterjam.com, and of course the tattered clothing. So there you go. That is Zombie, and I feel like I don't mention enough, but these arms are 100% posable on the Zombie. This one's a lot more loose than that one, which I think is really interesting, but yeah. So there you go. That is Zombie for Team Surf. Let's get to the other box of trucks. Here is the other set of trucks for this case. It is Horsepower versus Aqua Stallion. Now this one is really interesting because Aqua Stallion is, if you guys remember back to the Fire and Ice days of Monster Jam, we had Wildfire and Yeti, which were two trucks exclusive to that series. They had never existed in real life, never existed before in diecast. Spin Master made them specifically for the Fire and Ice series. I guess what happened here was that they were going to do the Earth and Surf 2-packs, but they ran out of a truck to do for Team Surf. Ran out of trucks to use. So instead, they came up with a new one, which is meant to be Racing Stripes, which is their Zebra truck. But I guess they turned it into Aqua Stallion, which looks really interesting. I guess like a seahorse kind of thing. They could have called it I have a feeling they were going to call it Seahorse, but then they scrapped that because it sounded too bland. Decided to call it Aqua Stallion. So we'll actually look at the Horsepower first, and then we'll take a look into the Aqua Stallion and just see what that truck is all about. Because I got a feeling, I don't know, I got a feeling it's going to be a lot cooler than the Horsepower. Like a cool ocean breeze, if you know what I mean. So let's get the two trucks out of here. Toss that off to the side. All right, get that Aqua Stallion out of here. Here is Horsepower. So we got a gray body, a orange roll cage, black chassis, translucent orange tires, and translucent yellow rims. Again, we got the Earth tires here, so as you can see, they are rocky. Anyway, taking a look at the side panel of the truck here, we've got Monster Jam Earth, Horsepower. It's pretty interesting, this truck. One of my favorite details about this truck is that it literally looks like a slab of granite, which I think is really funny. But all of the detail otherwise on the truck is very flamey, which I think is really cool. I don't know if these are meant to be gills right here or what those are, but I think those are strange that they included that. You got the reins here all tied up. The closer that you get to the mouth, the reins become like this molten white hot metal, and the mouth is glowing as well. You can see coming out of the nose of the truck is flames, which looks really freaking cool. I love that little detail. This side's exactly the same. And then like the Fire Horsepower, the ears, mane, and the tail are all look like fire flames coming out of it, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, that really in total is just the entire truck. As you can see, there's almost like an ashy thing going on with the paint. I don't know if that's meant to be ash or if that's meant to be like the pores in the granite, but still really cool. Anyway, that is, sorry, excuse me. That is horsepower for Team Earth. Not my favorite. I still think the Max D is cooler, but this is still pretty neat. The solid granite horse kind of reminds me of Carmageddon. Anyway, here's the turn table. Now time for the interesting one that we're all curious about, Aqua Stallion. So this one's really weird. Weird in a good way though. So we've got a really we got a sandy green body with a translucent blue roll cage, a translucent turquoise chassis, translucent blue tires, and blue rims. We got the water tires once again. This is interesting. So this is meant to look like the ocean floor, and I really like that they did that on this one. So the Aqua Stallion, as you can see there with the name, Mosham Surf logo on the behind there. This truck is meant to look like the ocean floor. So the current on the ocean floor makes rough riffles in the sand, if you know what I mean. And that makes this little design right here, which they use to make zebra stripes like the truck. Zebra stripes. Racing stripes, that's what the name of the truck is, my bad. But yeah, I think that that's really creative, and I want to give a thumbs up to Spin Master that they did that. That is really cool. I love that idea. We got the seaweed coming out of the mouth there, and we got some starfish on the side as well. I love the, excuse me. I love how on this one, and I think the Megalodon all have like starfish on them, which I really like that. That's cute. The nose has a purple starfish on it. And then on this side, we got another starfish, some different kind of seaweed, Aqua Stallion. This side's a bit more barren than this side. I like this side because all the detail it has. This side not as much. Here's the nose, which is like a green color. And then we've got like this ocean current. I think this is meant to look like seaweed because it's a bit too greenish to look like ocean water. But yeah, that's really cool for the ears, the mane, and the tail. And that is pretty much it for that truck. So there you go. That is the final truck we're going to look at in today's video, the Aqua Stallion. Let's close out the video. Go. That is all four of them. From left to right, we got Max D and Horsepower for Team Earth and Zombie and Aqua Stallion for Team Surf. Like I said, I really dig this series. I feel like it is very underrated, and honestly, I apologize to Spin Master for not hyping this up as much as I should have, because like I'm going to be honest, after unboxing these trucks, I really didn't give this series enough credit. It's actually pretty cool. I might argue I might like this series better than Fire and Ice. Actually, that might be a bit of a stretch, but I do think it's a close second to Fire and Ice. This series is really cool. I really dig it, and I wish they would have done these. Could you imagine? I think alone, the Zombie and Aqua Stallion would have been awesome to see in real life. By the way, I forgot to say it at the beginning of the video. Every time they do an all-star series, I always pick a team on which series that I like, or which side I like better. I was Team Fire, Team Hunter, Team Gears. This time I am definitely Team Surf. I think the Surf trucks are so much cooler than the Earth trucks. And then when we get to Nitro Neon, which will be the next all-star series we look at, or in a video, I am definitely Team Nitro. Team Nitro is so much cooler than Team Neon, but that's just me. Anyway. That is it for today's video. That is all I wanted to look at were these four, and you know what? It was a good video. I think it's a very solid video. Again, this video might not be as good as it should be because I'm sick and I'm not up to peak performance for a, you know, teenage diecast YouTuber, but I'm trying my best. Anyway, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.